Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of Terra Invicta here. We're playing as the Academy in Europe, and in the last episode we have finally consolidated our control here over most of Europe, and now we are patching up the remnants and getting everything together that we need. Also, the mining in space is finally taking off. I also made a few more stations in between episodes. So the social science station, the space science station are set up. The military station is almost done. We still need a little bit more boost to finish that one. And then this one is also good to go. In the end, they are all dependent on the solar arrays to finish and the orbital module itself. So we're waiting for that more or less. So the modules will finish before that, but it's fine. And there we go, Helicon Drive is unlocked already. Nice. So we don't need the other project actually. So I misread that. So the Helicon Drive here, favorite. I misread the requirements for this. I'm always confused by the requirements here. So the Helicon Drive, what does it offer to us? The Helicon, where are you now? Here we go. So it has a high KPS rating, so it's an advanced drive more or less with high range, but it has a low thrust. So it's a really good, it's not a plasma directly, but not a fusion drive, but it's a kind of plasma drive. And this will be possible to be used for many ships that we can make here. So actually what we want to go for is what I explained last time. We are going to go for a kind of a Railgun Ship design. Combine that with point defense lasers. So probably we're going to look at monitors first. That's something we are going to dive into slowly in this episode. We still have to get railguns going. We also have to get the proper ships going. I think we only have the small ships for now. Yeah, we only have the small ships, which is not worth it. We definitely want a monitor here. But we are going to research the Helicon, and then we go into lasers and railguns, and then our first ship design is basically done, with which we can take out the first alien ships. Of course, we could also build a ship already, more or less with what we got here, and just use something like the crate missiles here. But I don't think I want to do that right now, because we don't have a lot of alien relationship to work with anyway. So I think I'm going to use that to get the movement project done, so that we can talk to the aliens and befriend someone by force. And from there we can continue. That will already require quite some alien hate, more or less, which we have to take down before we can take out the ship as well. We shouldn't be too greedy here, because if the space economy gets taken out, that would delay us even further, and we are already relatively slow for the hard start that we picked here for ourselves. So we're going to continue here, and next are going to be the corridor diplomacy and the common cause, which are going to give me 10 control point capacity each. So, and we also try to get the global tech on settlement hubs here, so that we can pick the next direction as well, while we build up our infrastructure here further. And with that, I'm actually going to jump forward, because now we're going to get into the, let's say, area where the time skips are going to get bigger, and we just have to get stuff done. Okay, we have finished alien movements. By studying residue found in the vicinity of reported alien sightings, we have established that, rather than sweating liquid as humans do, these aliens dissipate heat in a similar manner to dry ice sublimating from solid to gas. Fortunately for us, tracking this is relatively straightforward. During the peak of the global war on terror, most nations were already using forward-looking infrared to detect biology aerosol threats. By expanding the quantities and capabilities of such systems, we will be able to detect the presence of this alien byproduct in real time.
I advise we begin the search immediately, Chancellor.
Though our influence has weakened, we are still not without friends. Various figures, intelligence agencies, and high-level corporations have agreed to feed us information. Through it, we have been able to tap into the communication of several pro-alien groups. Though, through spying on the servants, we should be able to track the movements of their masters. So, we are going to try to hunt one down now, and then try to contact it. And also, we want to take one out here. So, we are going to talk to one, and then we are going to take one out. We don't need that one. Yeah. Also, very important currently, we do have the Transnational Coordination Project available now. And we also have the Global Command Structure available, which also gives us plus 40. So that will enable us in total to actually take control of most of Europe now. So we already have most of Europe, but I mean like really the core of Europe, Western Europe at least. Take everything we can, and then we can start merging up stuff into whatever we want to. So we are going to actually take over points now again and kick the others out of Europe here. And with that, let's jump forward further until we see and find an alien agent. Okay, for once we got lucky and were able to detect an alien here in Africa, and it's actually the first one. So this is Alpha 1. We're going to talk to it, we are going to investigate it further, but we noticed, or I noticed, that there is something we have been skipping. Or that we don't have actually, and that's we don't have an assassinate here. So we are lacking a mission, a very crucial mission currently. And I didn't see an orc giving us that recently, so Elsa would have noticed it. I'm not sure if we can do...
I will help them.
I'm not sure if we can do and detain on them this early, but I'm going to see if we can make it work maybe.
Contact.
So now we're going to talk to it. Let's hope it doesn't go to ground or something. So,
First contact with the aliens is underway,
quest.
Chancellor.
The exodus from our faction has brought some unexpected benefits. We now have ex-members spread throughout both pro and anti-alien groups, and some are still sympathetic enough to our cause that they are willing to listen. A group within the servants has supplied us with some records of their own meetings with the aliens, has detailed their method to contact them directly. Now that we have opened the channel, we have a new problem. We have absolutely no idea what the aliens are saying. So we need to... For a plan to have any chance of working, we must acquire real fluency with the hybrid language. Both the pro and anti-alien faction are developing their own crude method of communicating with the aliens. Our objectives require something more sophisticated. So we also need the technology to be researched. So a lot of stuff that needs to be done. The big question now is...
Home is wherever you lay
it actually
your head,
disappeared and went to the ground. That's annoying.
If this were true. Home, as far too many of us know.
So we can't proceed from there. So we have to wait for it to reveal itself again before we can try to abduct it or take it out. I think I need... We want definitely augmented learning because we need to get to space research, but for this we also have to go into other directions. But this is fine. We're going to do augmented reality here for a while. So let's push this through. Okay, so we have to skip forward again to find the alien again before we can do other things here. Meanwhile, I have been expanding into 3 asteroid bases as well. Actually, the 4th one already. So we are now pretty much on the cap of what we can afford in regards to mission control without running into alien troubles, because we are, as we can see, we're already on 3 of 5. So we have to be a bit careful here now. But yeah, I want to still get the quest done before we go for a ship of them. So that's something we have to plan for now. So we need an orc to take them out. Okay, we have progressed a little bit, and our main problem remains that we do not have an orc that allows us to take out the alien agent currently. So we are stuck on that front until we roll lucky an orc that allows us to do that. And also we have to talk about priorities here now. We do have 2 things we can... we want 3 things we want to do, but realistically are only 2 things to be achieved here. So one is we want to get a ship into orbit to shoot down an alien ship so that we get the exotics and the technologies from the aliens. For that, we are finishing railguns. Then we have everything what we need for a ship. That's the one thing. Plus, we have some projects to research still, like the point defense lasers, the reactor here, the Helicon drive, also the radiator here. Yes, we want this one. So all of those things we want to get. This one can go, by the way. So we need a lot of stuff still research, but it's small things. These shouldn't be a problem. The other thing is we want to buff up our research. For that, we would need to get to directed space research. But we are very, very far away from this currently because we do not have any prerequisites for quantum computing, which is 15,000 currently. And we don't even have the two other technologies which are necessary for quantum computing. So advancement atomic manipulation, which would be nice for the quantum batteries. And then also the advanced heat management systems. So that's something, a concept, we want to get that as well. So in short, these are relatively far away. So ships, research, and then Unity projects on Earth, which are all relatively expensive. So for example, if we want to go for Europe Ascendance, let's see where that is actually. So Europe should be down here, right? Europe Ascendant, that's 25,000. We can't afford that. We also have to do our global alien projects, which are also very expensive, 25,000, 10,000 here. Which means we need to get Skunkworks going for the project bonuses. We currently only have plus 30% bonus, which is really not a lot. Which means we should actually buy some of these orcs that give us these bonuses here. So maybe not on Gier, but maybe on... Actually, he should probably get a research orc though. Yeah, space science is good. Take this one. But there will be someone, I'm sure we will find someone who can take this. I think there's someone who has still some boost orc. There we go, here. This can go. And so instead we can take this one. Get some project bonuses going. And these are the things we have to keep an eye out now. So we just went up to 40% now. Oh no, 35%. Yeah, it was only +1, right. And I think we don't have any in reserve. No, we don't. But we could... Can we put that somewhere else, maybe? I don't know. I can check around if there is something we can do about this. This is still one science, though. So can we buff up one of you? We can't. But he is close to an admin upgrade. Maybe then we can do it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we have to handle now. Very carefully. And I think the biggest thing we want to get out of the way, and which is actually more important than the patrol vessels here, is actually getting Skunkworks. So we go into Skunkworks here. We don't need to... Oh, actually, they are contesting us on ray guns. Maybe we just don't care for a while. We are going to win this one. Winning railguns would be nice. We lost the race for space research. We could rush Skunkworks out, and then we could tweak our stations here a bit. So to build at least 1 or 2 Skunkworks per station. Of course, that's annoying because we lose investment efficiencies, but each Skunkwork is 5% research on project. That's worth a lot, actually. And we do need, we need to get at least to 100%. So we want to get 10, 11, 12. can't math. 13. We need to get at least 13 projects now quickly. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the ISS, where we are making dockyards currently, so we can remove 2 of those. So that would be 12 already, if we make 2 on each station. I think that's a good idea. We should do this. So we are going to rush forward for this exactly. And then we can make Skunkworks with the resources we have now, which are also coming in nicely now. And that would allow us to...
Their control is vulnerable now.
Yeah, that would allow us to do more project research. Uh-oh. There's a lot of stuff going on here in EU, which I don't like.
We have found something.
We're
Really?
in control here.
They tried to perch me here? Really? There we go, Skunkworks is done. And now we can go back into the patrol vessels here. And we cannot win either of those, but we can now finish this one. And in the meantime, we invest into the transnational coordination. So now we can actually do that. So we can just remove 2 of the labs here to get Skunkworks out. The question is now, is that enough energy? No, it's not. Ugh. So we actually need another solar array here. That's annoying. But fine, I think the Skunkworks are more important currently than anything else. Oh, here it will be enough. Okay, so they are differently expensive, so that's the problem. It's also fine. So we do this. And then in 90 days we are going to get a massive boost to our project development. Did I really check this correctly here? Yeah, it's correct. And of course this is costing us a lot of resources, as we can see here, 32 metals each. But that's why we have them now. Here we also need another solar array, interesting. And then we go here and also build 2 Skunkworks here instead of the docks. There we go. Yeah, so now we have 12 underway and can continue towards what we need here. And this alone will help us a lot, because plus 100% bonus here means that we invest double the amount of science that we actually produce into these projects, so we can get our ship stuff quicker, we can get our control points quicker, and we can get everything else quicker that we need to research, at least on the project side for our own faction. While we are going to continue exploiting stuff here in the EU. And in regards to the EU, we actually have to break the non-aggression pact with the protectorate, with the resistance here in a few months, like latest in November. I think it was November. Yeah, November 27th. Then we want to merge in Italy into the EU here. In regards to project that we also want to do, I'm leaning towards doing the Nordics here. I'm also leaning towards doing the Freistaat Union here to get the Netherlands and Belgium and Czechia into Germany, so that we have a big up Germany. And then also do the Intermarium here for the East. And then also do the Turkestan Union, because we can later integrate Turkey here with the Europe Ascendant project. So with the United Turkestan project, we would get stuff here, which means we can build as a very super beefy EU here this way, without actually going for the Russia projects, because we are rather want to dismantle Russia here and keep it as a rump state later, or maybe try to annex it fully with the Europe whatever project. but not anytime soon right now. So we are going to just continue here, and let's see how well everything will work out. Okay, we have progressed to November now, and multiple things are going to happen now. First of all, we are still struggling to find an org that gives us the mission we need. The only one available which could have this one is the main intelligence directorate, which we cannot take over currently because we do not have a control point in Russia. That's going to be something I'm going to start working on after this purge here. So in this mission phase, because now we can unify Italy and Spain into France, which we wanted to do now in November. And then we can start working on Russia, but I think it's going to be too late. Oh. Let's... We definitely want to go dispatch a full naval task force. Okay, good. We don't get a xenoform here. That's worth it. So now we can unify these two into the EU, and they are basically maxed out on mission control here now, which is good. So that's a good moment to actually unify. So now we are going to go into public campaigns here in Russia.
Ready for orders.
And also, I think everybody who can... Oh, this is a bad chance here, actually. So you're going to get... Now we're going to save those for the next mission phase. Yeah, so we can do 2 unifications. You can't help here either because you're so terrible in persuasion as well. We do... That's not really a chance here though. Ook, that's all nasty currently, so we definitely have to prop up our other faction nations here.
At your service.
So you're going to do the
Time
policy.
to make a move.
Acknowledged.
And what's our chances though? 0%. Good. So it's very unlikely that we are going to get in there anytime soon. So instead we can get started working on getting our control point in the UK back, which the initiative tried to take, while we now unify Spain and Italy into the Union. So, yeah. And there's railguns. Nice. So that's good as well. I think that's the only one we need for now. We could help the resistance by pushing Nordic Federation here, so that they do the job for us to unify stuff here, like Denmark, Sweden, Iceland, so that we don't have to. I think that would be a good idea. Let's help them out of it, unless they are already researching it. Let's see. No, they're not. So we're going to help them out a bit, and just because it's 1,000 only, which is going to be quite nice. The good thing is that they are investing heavily into funding for us, so when we take over that stuff, it's only Sweden which is funding currently. And doing the economy here, which is really pointless, but doesn't matter. So we are going to... Yeah, let's do it like this. Oh, wait a second, we can design a ship. I think I have everything available now. So you get obsoleted. You get obsoleted. Power plants, we only need the 3rd generation here. We only want the Helican drive now. So let's get started. We want to design a monitor because of the hull points here. And to use the Helican, we are going to use the solid core fission reactor. We are going to use a molybdenum pipe radiator. We do have 3 utility modules, an ECM targeting module. I think we rather need a battery than a heat sink, which means that we have to fight Actually, no, we don't have the ECM project anyway, so let's throw out the ECM. It's pointless against the alien for now, and now we can also obsolete all that. I think these are the ray guns, right? Yes, these are the ray guns. Point defenses, ray guns, heavy ray gun. We don't need that either, and the crate server we don't need that either. So in those weapons we don't have here, but we can obsolete these ones. And armor-wise, we have to see what we actually want to use. So definitely not steel armor. Yeah, I think we just go to the composite armor. We don't really have a better option yet, because we didn't research one. So it has to be this one. And the hull module. Now we do have two chances. We can go for the railgun here and just make a railgun ship. Oh, yeah, propellant. We need propellant, of course. You can see here that the Helicon drive has a lot of KPS, but it's terribly slow. But doesn't matter. It's good. So we can... It just needs to float. Doesn't have to be fast. So this is more than fine to do everything in Earth orbit. Actually, we can go down to like 35, I guess, here, or 26 even. Let's do 35. So we definitely want to also get some armor on this, like 315. Yeah, or we're down to 24, so 30 here. Now we see the costs here. That's a lot of volatiles that we don't have. Ouch. Where's that coming from? Is that the armor? Yeah, that's the armor. Maybe we do have another one we want to use. So this one costs too much volatile. We would need to go to titanium. No, that's a bad idea. We don't want to go to titanium armor. It would gain so much mass from this, yeah. And of course the volatile cost would go to... the mass basically doubles. And yeah, our nobles go up like crazy then. So maybe we just reduce the armor a bit. For example, the one at the back. And just do 311. The ship doesn't need to survive long. Just needs to fire some ray guns. Yeah, maybe like this. Maybe like this. So then we would have the Rail 1. So safe design. And then we take this ship class and repurpose it into a point defense ship with 4 point defenses on it. And we don't need the target computer. Unless we slap some light railguns on it. Huh. Actually, let's do this. So we put it like this. So this is the PDC one. Ah! Me bad. Not wrong button. So again... yeah, like this. So safe design. So the big question is, what do we need to defend, to defeat a ship in orbit? What do we have here currently? We do have 1 destroyer in surveillance mode. This one has a laser cannon, a laser battery, and a mech battery. Two of each. Sounds overkill. I think 1, 2. 1 PDC. 2 rails. Maybe? Feels dangerously low. That will cost us 2 control, right? 2 mission control. I think yes, because it's a monitor class. Three rails? Or another point defense class. We don't have enough boost to do all of this actually. I mean, we are far away from enough boost. So actually we're going to cancel this. And we're going to wait a bit because our new mining should come online soon. 1st of September 2027. Okay, that's a year. February, that's soon. May. That's going to help. That's going to help a lot. We should actually consider if you maybe want to make a new mining base here or everything is full. It doesn't matter. We're definitely going to make marines here. So militarization of space is coming up. What we definitely want to do is on one of these bases here, we are going to make a space dock here. Oh, come on. Why do we have this overlay? Doesn't matter. And then we do also, because we need more energy, like this. And then we can build a marine frigate on Mars and take over one of the good volatile spots on Mars.
Laying the groundwork.
And for now, let's continue. Merge up Italy and Spain. And then we have a lot of free capacity,
What the
which we
doctor
could.
means is that he has convinced
Really, you go
Adams to
electrothermal. Yeah, we definitely want to go into the MK2. Question is with what? I think with the one which is here after not acceleration. Yeah, I know that. This is a very cheap one, right?
The
Yeah,
people will
500.
come to our side.
We could consider to just push this. Well, just win it.
Public opinion is moving in our direction. We lost their trail.
Okay, we didn't win that. We didn't get the crackdown. Doesn't matter.
Mission complete.
So now we are unifying Italy. There we go. Now we have 5 control points finally, which means we can something like this. Continue it, and then we also
Policy
unify
direction
Spain.
complete.
There we go. And now we have a lot less control points and have a lot more available for stuff to do. Our science probably has gone down a little bit from this, but that's fine as well. So we are winning this one. Okay, it's good. And now we can just continue building mission control here. Actually, one is going to finish from the merging here. And we probably can also... Yeah, I think we want to speed this up. So 3 investments now here. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, we still need an orc. We still need this.
Sounds like you want to use a space heater to push a
Okay,
spaceship.
we got the electrothermal tech. So we want to push the quantum computing here. Because we need to get to the 6th agent as quickly as possible, because that's our backup solution if we cannot get an orc with the required taking out mission. Of course, that's a very long path. But if it needs to be done like this... Okay, we definitely want this one eventually. The ray cannons we probably want as well, but maybe not before we get into... Maybe we don't need them before we actually reach coil guns, but I'm not sure. So we're going to have the ray gun batteries level 2, because that increases our range and therefore our chances on success against the alien ships, because we don't have the volatiles anyway. I think we don't have agriculture yet either, so that's another problem we have to solve soonish. So that's full tree, hydroponics. Oh, it should be available, but we didn't get it. Really? What? You don't have it, or did I not see it? No, we don't have it yet. But it should be unlocked. Oh, we're so unlucky in this. We are so unlucky in this campaign with so many things already. But well, yeah, we're going to continue this, of course. So leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode. We're going to continue there, and then we can actually decide what what we want to do. I mean, let's finish the mission phase first. One more thing first, because maybe we get the orc we need. That would be really lucky. So we don't have that here. It doesn't look like it. No, this is all not what we want here. Ah, and the Russia one is even gone now. Great, that was like there for 2 or 3 mission phases at maximum. So it's gone again. Yeah, this is a rough game. We're going to buy this one though. And now we have to actually start sorting this one out because we are at maximum of orc capacity here. But something I can do between episodes. So, see you in the next one.